Welcome in, everybody, to Intelligent Aces episode number 30. I am your host, Mayonnaise Chase, the main ace of Intelligent Aces. We got a whole gaggle of people in the podcast this week, starting off with my co-host, as always, Ellipticus.
Ellipticus.
Yeah, we still tripped over each other. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Returning again, our famous, funny Bumblebee, we got Nemo Mimi. Look,
Hello.
Peeking out.
How is everyone?
We got Doobs in the house. Doobs is returned too. Welcome in, Doobs. We got Doobs
What's up?
making her return. We got Flutterdash.
Flutter! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, party!
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom. And making his long-awaited return as well.
I
We
love
got
it.
my buddy and fellow streamer, Nightingale. Welcome in, Nightingale. How's it going?
Hello there.
Hello there.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome into the Intelligent Aces podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this week. We've got a whole heck of a lot of stuff to go over.
That's right. It's
Uh,
the Dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Yeah.
By the grace
Congratulations
of
on 30
God.
episodes.
Yeah, man.
Yay.
This has been great, and it's been a super big learning experience. Welcome in, chat. Let me get my chat up. I don't have my chat up. I'm a bad streamer.
Terrible. Terrible.
Joshy boy.
One job.
So, cool thing about
Oh, Josh.
StreamYard is that I can open up my chats from Twitch and YouTube and put them here. So now they should be on here. Spooky had come in. Hang on, I'm still waiting for sound. Nobody can hear us. Can anybody hear us? Are we muted? What's happening?
Mic check, mic check.
Show StreamYard is going.
I can hear everybody.
Yeah, I can hear all of
Okay.
us.
Can chat hear? Can chat hear on the
Yeah.
stream? We good? We good? Okay. Spooky had
It's
played a
good.
sound. Okay, so I don't know if she was maybe saying that to remind me, but Spooky had played a sound before the stream, and I told her I would replay it if it works. Is it gonna work? Yeah, let's get fired up. Let's go. We're playing that one for Spooky. Thank you for coming in, Spooky. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Okay.
Well, you
Hello,
said
Spooky.
you just said
Hello.
sound, and like the last 4 or 5,
Right.
every episode has been scuffed with sound issues. So I just immediately panicked, thinking it was fucking in already.
I did too. I was like, I swear, I checked it. I
Yeah.
swear. I even typed in the thing.
No,
Audio's
it's
good.
totally fine, Spooky. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, Rat Rod Mechanic 84. Thank
Oh,
you for
yes.
thank you for dropping in.
Joshy boy.
We got a first time chatter in the house. Ladies and
Several
gentlemen.
first time chatters in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh my God.
Professional stalkers. That's all right. We'll take them.
Ooh.
Everybody's
I
bad.
lurk from the shadows.
Everybody's bad with words. Have you learned us? We're all Americans. We don't do
Yeah.
words good. Wait. Sorry. Not all of us are
Yeah.
Americans. We do have a Canadian in here.
That's right. We're not
Sorry.
complete trash. We've got
That's-
Wait,
real.
let me put it this way. We all speak English. English isn't the real language. It's 3 other languages dressed up in a trench coat, fighting down other languages in a dark alley, then rifling through their pockets for spare grammar and loose punctuation.
Very true. But
Yeah?
America.
you're right.
poor. Vows for the poor.
Nim knows I have the isms. We all have the isms.
Bitch, we all got to isms. Mine just ain't confirmed yet.
Well, yeah, never been tested, so I can just assume. I've self-diagnosed.
I converted.
You converted.
As have I.
Yeah.
I converted to the isms.
I wasn't born into it. Sorry.
Yeah, so this week we've got, like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in video games. I guess I did see this today, kind of breaking news, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Breaking news confirmed.
I honestly thought Bob Newhart had already passed away, but
Oh,
Bob
no.
Oh, there you
Newhart
go.
dies at 94.
Aw.
I really
Wow.
did. I thought
94.
Huge
That's
bucket
a
of
good
wind.
ripe old age, right?
great life, man. Like he's disappeared out of the spotlight for several years. I honestly thought he'd already passed, but glad to see he held out there till 94. Huge bucket of win for that guy.
Woo.
But
I'm gonna be happy just to make it to 44.
yeah, I feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
Always keep your expectations low so that way you're always rewarded.
Yeah, you're never disappointed.
There you go.
Constant dopamine rush.
Can I just make it tomorrow then?
Every day I've survived is another victory.
I remember dopamine.
Yeah. I was watching. So okay, gaming news. We've got.
What was Bob Newhart like in a lot? Like, was it a show?
Yeah, let's look up his IMDb. How about that? Because I know I've seen him in everything, but I can't.
It was like a Christmas special, maybe, with Bob Newhart and
Well,
somebody
he was
else.
okay. He was in Elf.
Elf?
Yeah.
The Tom
No,
Will
the
Ferrell.
Will
movie?
Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in
Yeah.
Elf.
I'm sure that was the highlight of
It
fucking
was-
Bob
it wasn't-
Newhart's career. Wasn't he in a Saturday Night Live episode?
Well,
I mean,
he-
yeah.
it is
Oh,
known.
sorry.
It is his top known for thing right now. Like it is the first
Oh
one.
shit, Elf?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Elf is the top known.
Ah, The Rescuers. There you
Oh
go.
my
God.
Rescuers.
Oh, the
In and Out.
Rescuers.
He played.
Wait, was he?
There was a
the
Newhart
one who
show.
said-
Bob Newhart show. I thought there was.
Did we talk about the Rescuers?
Wait,
last
he was in
week?
both Big Bang
Yeah.
Theory and Young
Yeah, we did.
Sheldon. Holy crud!
Was he the guy who said Bianca? Was he the male, the lead
Who's Professor Proton? No.
in the Rescuers? Was he the husband who was with him and Bianca?
I don't know. I don't know. What's the Rescuers?
Yeah, he's Bernard.
Bernard. Yep. So we literally brought him up last week on this podcast.
And he died. So let's not talk about anybody.
Wow.
Let's not talk about.
Let's not talk about any of our treasures.
We did actually talk about that. Yeah, we did bring that up. I totally forgot. I was thinking Rescuers Down Under, the Rescuers original one. That's right. The original one was they were fighting over like a skull thing. I remember, right? Am I dreaming that? I don't remember shit. Maybe I'm having a few.
I remember they were in a chandelier and the waiters were cockroaches and they were like open the thing and it was like a pea. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck fever dream is that?
It's in the
remember being in,
Rescuers. It's from Rescuers.
Librarian series. That was pretty cool. Yeah, big bucket of win though. Bob Newhart. Right. Flip over to something
Sheesh.
else.
94.
We want to make fun of something, or do we want to talk about serious something?
Bro, I'm always down to make fun of something, but I'm also down for seriousness. Do your
Seriously
worst.
make fun of something?
There
It's
we
really-
go.
Seriously.
It's just a matter of which one we want to do first.
I thought oh, there it is. Sorry, I thought that tab opened somewhere else. So we've been talking about how DEI and all this like Sweet Baby Inc. stuff and these other video games that have been
All
going
that
downhill.
fun shit.
Is that the Suicide Squad?
Well, reportedly, Microsoft has reportedly closed one of its DEI teams, firing multiple staff members.
Oh no.
Getting woke is making them go broke. Turns out.
Holy shit, they finally looked at their bank account and went, something's wrong.
Well, after huge L after huge L, because they bought studios. Microsoft has went on a buying spree, buying Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, all these studios, and then have produced almost nothing with them. Let's be honest, like nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing like innovative has really come out. Like they did Starward Bound or whatever the fuck that game was. Wow, who's playing the WoW?
That was
Spooky
perfectly
Spooky.
timed.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
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 Well, we all heard it this time. Well, I guess
Yeah.
whoever's got the stream up.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
I
I
don't.
think
I
it-
don't have your stream up.
Oh,
No,
No,
it's
it's
coming into the thing.
it actually
Yeah,
came
it came
through.
through StreamYard. We heard it at the same time as you.
Nice. I'm glad it's all finally syncing together because it did not. It's never done that before.
Everything's happening. It only took 30
Because I'm here.
I'm shocked that the technical issues are aligned this week. I guess.
Not technical
We
link.
have to thank Bob Newhart.
Thank Bob Newhart. It's funny. I think he played. I think he played like a. I know. It was. I can't remember that guy's name. I know he was the AI for Kit, I know it's a different guy, not Bob Newhart, but I thought Newhart also played like an AI voice in something. Or some kind
Sorry,
of,
Dave. I can't do
I
that.
can't remember. Anyway, we'll say that it's that. Yeah. Microsoft has allegedly shuttered one of its major diversity, equity, and inclusion teams, laying off a number of employees in the process. The former team leader sent an internal email to the number of Microsoft staff, which revealed the firings, criticized Microsoft's decision, and accused the tech company of leadership and of harassment and toxicity. So the person they fired is accusing them of harassment and toxicity, I guess, right?
You
Well,
fired
in-
me. That's
in a-
harassment.
Well, it sounds like an internal leaked email. So I mean, this was a team that was putting out shit games, and right? Is that what it was? Shit games?
Well, okay, so the DEI that's basically so. I think the biggest thing with
And
DEI
so once he got
is-
fired, he
is
sent
these-
out an email before he got fired to a bunch of his coworkers.
Yeah, the former
accusing
team leader
everybody of
sent an internal
harassment and
email to a
toxicity.
number of Microsoft staff, which revealed
Yeah,
the
so I mean,
firings. So yeah,
if he was a proper
Oh.
team leader or a proper person placed in management, he would have had a documented case of all of these things lined up before getting fired. But instead, he just shot out an email before he lost access to his company email, just claiming harassment and toxicity because he knew he was going out the door, basically. Like
He
I don't
shot his
know.
load and missed.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's
Yeah.
just going to affect his rehirability in a fucking hiring pool right now with thousands of people literally across the industry. So I mean, it's a weird move. But did they make Suicide, or is that a different one?
no. Well, that was Warner Brothers that did Suicide Squad.
Warner Brothers. What was DEA? What did they make that was bad? DEI?
DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. That is the thing. So Sweet Baby Inc. is a consulting firm that they go in and help these.
All those games that we looked at that were in that showcase that
like-
only had 400 people ever play it or something.
Yeah. So anyway, these consulting firms go in. They're hired to introduce this diversity, inclusion, and equity thing into games. So like, if the game, say the game was all made, they have everything laid out like how they're going to make it, and they come in and say, well, the lead should be black. Maybe you should change this about. I think so. I heard the story today about this. I think the game's called
Jesus.
Flintlock or something that's coming out, and they said that Sweet Baby Inc. had come in and actually said that they changed the lead from a white character to a black female character. That was what Sweet Baby Inc. suggested they do. And then they also changed all of the I guess you fight against, from what I understood in that video, they fight against gods that also kind of represent colonialism or some shit like that. Like I don't know, man. To me, it's like, just make a fun game for heck's sake. Just do it. Like, why?
Right?
If you make a good game that has a black lead in it, awesome. If you make a good game that has an Asian lead in it, awesome. Just make a good fucking game, for Christ's sake. Don't take a game and crumple it up and go, well, we need this thing to make it good.
The main lead could literally be a slime. If it's good, we'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, think about, what was it? It's Dead Souls.
Dragon Quest.
Rimaru says hi.
Hello.
Rimaru says hi.
Rimaru says hi from where?
Slime?
Oh,
That time I
Rimaru.
got reincarnated as slime?
I thought it was a chat or somewhere that I'm missing.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I got to look at. It's Dead Cells, right? Dead Cells, you kind of play a slime that possesses a body, and
Oh yeah, and then you also have like different skins you can use,
yeah,
And
basically,
Dragon Quest
and
8,
they're all like different things because most of them are just fun.
you got to grind the metal slimes in Dragon Quest 8. That's all
I
I
think
can say.
Dragon Quest wasn't
Oh,
that wasn't that the thing that supposedly they're changing the characters to non-binary or
Who cares about the lead as long as
Stuff like
it's
that.
a good game?
yeah, I mean that's
Absolutely.
definitely true, but that's just it. When you hear about them starting to make these changes, you automatically go, I'm gonna.
It
wait."
kind of makes me not want to play that game.
So
Well, yeah. It sounds like the PC police department got closed at Microsoft, and the snowflakes went down crying. We were harassed. It's literally what we're talking about right now. Holy shit! I think I just finally understood what we're discussing.
Yeah.
Well,
There you
what a
go.
big shocking surprise!
Talking
The
about
PC police are
diversity.
offended.
So this game was touted for diversity and all this stuff. So I have a couple
Why
articles
did
about
look
this.
up that one guy from
Concord.
Walking Dead?
Michael Rooker.
Merle?
Yeah, that's Michael
Yeah.
Rooker, right?
One of the zombies.
I don't actively know
He
celebrities.
played.
except
Well,
for,
he
like,
played.
two.
He played Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't know that either, but probably the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Yondu.
Yeah.
Talking about Yondu.
Well, this game was kind of, the trailer kind of looked like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, but the beta.
Oh, that one, the fake Guardians
Yeah,
of the
this one
Galaxy.
here. There's already concern over Concord's player count in open beta. Like it didn't get over 1,100 players in the open beta. That was PC numbers or Steam database. Like it is also a PlayStation title, but from what I'm hearing, the PlayStation numbers weren't great. PlayStation won't really release those. Merle in The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
Michael Rooker, I think. Yeah, that's his name, Michael Rooker.
Merle had to die. Oh,
But anyway, there's a bunch of stuff. Like there's a character that's overweight. I guess it's supposed to represent overweight people or something. I don't know. I watched the trailer. I wasn't sold on it. It looks like a hero shooter. Like
I'm sure all the overweight people who play that game are going to choose
Overwatch. It's like Overwatch-esque hero shooter thing.
No, I'm taking the skinniest one.
Yeah.
I'm playing video games to escape my life, fuckers.
I'm gonna play the hot chick. Why would I not?
Exactly.
I gotta stare at a butt all day. Might as well be a fine female butt.
I did
Exactly.
choose the hot chick in First Descendant,
Merle died so that Daryl could live.
but I do want to play Ajax because of those sweet skins.
That's true. Talking about the First Descendant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so DEI or DIE is dying. But
Good.
The Opus Dei. Opus Dei. There we go.
But I saw these. I wanted to bring this up. I know nobody really knows about this game, and I think that's why I wanted to bring it up because nobody knows.
It's the first time I'm hearing of it.
Yeah,
We
they
had mentioned those games previously and said that, and I remember specifically mentioning, like, is no one, the people who are spending all this money, just that showcase alone, to put that game out on the public, stage, and to have it get all that exposure, all the money involved just for the advertisement, for everything involved in those game of state of plays, whatever it was that we saw that on. And then, advertising, I'm sure it did on other platforms, whatever. And then to have that game bomb so horribly. I remember, like, is there nobody at Microsoft who pays the bills looking and being like, well, this isn't paying off. Let's just keep putting money in it. Like, I don't know. It's just, if people aren't, buying it up, then, I mean, make it available to be on the internet for the future. And maybe one day it'll be a full classic. I don't know.
So that Concord
Maybe.
game is going to be on sale for $40 apparently.
That's on sale.
Wait,
That
If
looks
it's-
like a free game you get on
Yeah,
Steam
they're
and
saying
think about buying a
They're
battle
saying
pass.
$40. I'm trying to find.
Holy fuck!
I'm trying to find how much they spent on making this game.
1,000 people in the beta. How many of them were?
That's
employees?
That's not a lot for a
That's-
beta. Like you're not stressing a
No.
server on that.
No.
Yeah.
no.
You're barely warming it up.
I have a feeling Overwatch 2 actually kind of suffered from the same thing because on opening day, the waiting line to just get in the server was 40,000 people long.
I remember that.
I couldn't play because of the server issues. I couldn't even download it. And then it just there's so many problems with Overwatch 2, but that was the
Not
first thing.
telling me what the budget is. I'm guessing the budget's probably close to 80 million or to 100 million for. I mean, let's be honest. Game budgets are pretty high, but I would say it's pretty high up there. They're saying the game's going to cost $40.
I'm watching the trailer right now, and it reminds me of Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Unreal. I mean, like I said, they play it like a Guardians of the Galaxy. Quirky space people
The trailer was definitely Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
inspired.
for sure.
Holy shit!
Had the music and stuff with it. And yeah, it was so-
Had everything but Chris Pratt.
yeah.
That is
No. It didn't have Drax. If it had Drax, then it would have been successful.
I actually
That's the
think there
Rock
is like
guy?
a Drax character in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No,
Screw
there was.
Batista.
There was a Drax. There was like a muscly character, right?
muscle dude.
Ah.
But he didn't have glowing vein things.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be a cosmetic for later.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
$40.
Drax
skin.
skin.
Oh yeah, $40 for the game, and then you got to pay another $40 for the.
Well,
glowing
no, it
veins.
won't be $40. It'll be 7,000 Concord coins or whatever the fuck.
Concord coins.
And then you
It's
have to
40 for you guys. It's 49 for me.
Concordians.
Yeah. Canadian.
Sorry.
Got to pay more.
Canadian.
Oh wait,
Concordian.
it's 7,000 coins, but you can only buy either 5,000 coins or 10,000 coins. So you have 3,000 left over, but there's something else that's worth 4,000, so you have to buy something else.
That's
There you
that
go.
would
That's how-
really
yeah.
be how it
Thank
ends
you
up.
Are you sure you don't work for EA, Flutter?
Thank you.
I
for
did beta
explaining
test
that.
one of their. I did beta test one of their games.
Oh, you poor thing.
I beta test. See, so the cool thing about the first Ascendant, I played 3. There was 3 betas over the past year. Because there was like a beta, we played it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really fun." And then it disappeared for 8 months. Didn't hear shit about it. And I'm like, "Wait, what was that game I played 6 months ago?" Then it showed up again. But in the betas, they were giving you premium currency, I guess, to test out the store.
It was so fucking.
So everybody was buying all the premium, cosmetics and shit like that, and then the beta goes away and you lose all that stuff, and then they give you the game. So now you don't have any of that stuff anymore.
Ooh.
The alpha. We were in the alpha, right?
We played the final. Whoa, easy. We played the final test server. That sound effects is super.
Goddamn, Fraggle.
That was a good
straight
part.
up fucking shit himself.
Oh,
I
Fraggle.
didn't realize it
What's
was
up, buddy?
Tuesday.
Fraggle Rock.
I loved Fraggle.
I had
Rock.
some
Oh,
fun.
dude.
So I wanted to show you this. I don't even really want to watch this trailer. I just saw this thumbnail and I wanted to bring it up. So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, I'm hearing a bunch of people who are getting interested in this because of some.
Now look at this.
particular
Look
skins.
at what they did to my boy. Captain
my
Price
God.
looks like a douchebag here. He looks
Oh,
like
dude.
such a
Wait,
tool
that's
bag.
Price?
That's Price.
The hell?
No.
Yes,
What is?
No.
ru-
this is
It-
Price in the
He
new
looks like a
Modern
frat
Warfare.
boy.
I
This
feel like
is
all the
Price.
face sliders are wrong.
There's also gonna be Gundam skins.
I did hear about
I
that.
saw
too.
that.
Gundam!
I've
Yeah,
got
those
friends
are
that
really
have never played FPS games that are hitting me up. They're like, "You're gonna teach me how to play this? They're gonna have Gundam skins." I'm like, "What? Gundam skins?" I haven't gotten Call of Duty since the last time they said we won't
I'm
have
gonna
another
turn the
game in
music
a
down
year.
because
And then they
people
brought
have
another game out in a
copyright.
year. I was like, okay, there's enough free FPS.
Is this-
Season 5.
Wait, what's my give me 1080. Make sure I can see this well enough.
Is so pretty.
I know it's muted. I muted it on purpose.
No. I said it's
Oh
pretty.
no.
I just can't believe that people have brain rot enough to still play this game.
And I know it.
Like,
I'll just play the Roblox version. Thank
Look
you.
at all the sparkle effects and shit. I don't want to try to play in that shit. That's too
At
much.
least in the
it looks
Roblox
like it's gonna be
version-
laggy as shit.
In the Roblox version, you can visit the Roblox Walmart while you're in game and order stuff that'll
Wait,
be delivered to
what
your
the
house.
fuck was
You
that?
don't
Fuck,
even
it's
have to
free.
leave.
I'm
What
sorry.
the fuck
The
is
Roblox
this?
version is free.
I've
Wait,
seen that.
I've played.
You can stay.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
Ray
available
Ripley.
anymore, but Minecraft Hypixel actually had a faux Call of Duty thing.
So Fraggle has posted in chat. Numerous reports have confirmed that Flipperkus has returned after 1,000 years hiatus. Some believe he was in the depths of the ocean eating
Oh,
freakazoid
God.
baby sea turtles and humping helpless bottom-dwelling dugongs. Numerous Twitch users are in the process of interviewing Flipperkus as we speak, and will have the full interview available to the public in due course.
The poor dugongs.
Oh,
goodness.
Well, he's helping the seals evolve.
And the dudongs, don't you know?
Wait, I got something for this. Space can fuck off. I don't give a shit.
Helpless bottom dwelling dugongs. This sounds like a great.
Thank you,
story.
Fraggle, for that comment. I'm trying to figure out what this is. I don't understand why
That's a sledgehammer.
not the sledgehammer. I would think that in like a war
going on with her
zone,
hand?
the chains.
other hand.
Yeah, this one. I don't know.
You know who that
Oh my
is?
god, I just saw that. She
Yeah,
is
it's-
ready for the catwalk girl.
That's Rhea Ripley from wrestling, WWE.
Okay, so we got a crossover
All
there.
right, better now.
Okay. Okay.
That's her getup. That's
Just-
her actual outfit.
She's like in
WWE.
bondage.
But
I'm sorry, did you
goddamn,
just slide across untreated
so-
wood in
This
fishnet?
is-
in nothing?
Battle bondage.
Cell shaded mode.
Why are we stopping on
Seriously,
the
who's playing this crap?
This is
Who is still that literally
cel-shaded
stupid
mode.
to play this game?
Borderlands 2 mode, I guess.
I
Ew.
stopped playing.
Except
Call
they
of
had to
Duty
pick some of the
in-
most garish colors.
That gunfire looked like Fortnite
2019.
where it was comic booky.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, that's Fortnite.
Yeah, this is like Borderlands.
Fortnite.
Here's the wrestlers.
Oh, Rey Mysterio. Oh,
Okay, this looks cool.
yeah, I can get behind that.
What's going on now? Wait. When did it? How did that just briefly show some wrestling? I know we don't have audio here, but we're watching the shooting fucking
Well-
thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, by the way, there's also a little bit of
It's a minigame.
wrestling.
I guess.
Hey, wrestling, we got that
Oh,
too.
want to bet they
Oh,
make it
yeah.
shape by doing it as a quick time event?
They were
Oh my
playing some
God.
shitty pop song over that trailer. I guarantee it. I didn't even want to hear it, but
California.
it would definitely,
Can you imagine wrestling as Gundam?
definitely
Can
copy.
you imagine hopping in a fucking wrestling
Raggle,
match?
thanks for,
Full on
thanks for
fucking
swinging in.
Gundam.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was where the Gundam.
Maybe it was a
Modern
different one. Was it
Warfare.
Modern Warfare or what are they? Call of Duty, and then there's the other one.
I'm gonna
right?
look up Gundam Warfare Gundam. Yeah, okay.
That reminded me.
Call
that
of Duty X Gundam.
There you go.
That reminded me. I came across an ad that was apparently Overwatch is doing a collab with Transformers.
Oh shit.
Transformers
Actually, yeah,
be
I
doing a
saw
lot
that
of
too.
collabs.
Yeah.
That's a
No.
great Prime Day thing.
You're not gonna be able to like hide very well with these skins. I don't think. I think they'll stand
Nah,
out
that
a
doesn't
bit.
matter. You fucking style, and that's all that matters.
Right?
Imagine how painful teabagging someone will be now.
So I saw this and immediately thought of Fullmetal Alchemist. That would be so cool to have an owl skin. Just big fucking robot fucking walking around.
He is not a robot.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, this is what that, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Ah, it came apart.
I
I,
mean-
gotta stop handling that thing. Fucking parts keep falling off.
That looks super cool. As a Gundam
Why are we getting a Modern Warfare?
cover.
This is 8 months ago. We don't want to see that. That's...
Wonder if we really have
Um,
Gundams. You know, like all the conspiracies about
Well,
like
there
they
was
have UFOs
Japan
and
made
shit.
one. I think they tore it down.
Yeah.
Though.
They did. They had to decommission it recently
Why?
because the cafe that wound up hosting it closed. So
they had, like,
basically,
a-
they were like, I don't know
Was
if
it
they
just a
tore it
statue then?
down. No. If I remember right, you could don't quote me on this, but if I remember right, you could actively go inside of the cockpit.
Holy.
That is cool.
It was like
That's
50,
cool.
if I remember right, it was like 50 feet tall, some shit like that. It was a big bitch. I don't
I've
know
seen
if
several
they
things on it before.
demolished it, but
I think they.
please tell me they didn't demolish it.
What the
I think they just.
fuck?
I think they just took it apart and they like relocated it or whatever.
Oh, thank God. I would cry if they demolished it. I'm not even
Well,
a
it's
big
probably-
Gundam
it's
fan.
probably
I'm more
in
It
go
wouldn't
storage,
make
but-
sense for them to demolish it.
I think they just
It's
like.
a lot of money.
thing of beauty.
But
So
they actually
crazy.
had it to where I think they could move. They could articulate some of the limbs. Like it couldn't
Yeah.
walk or nothing.
It
But
could-
it could move its legs.
It could
and
move
stuff.
its arms and its fingers.
That giant flathead screw on his shoulder.
I think that's officially the largest since it has mechanically moving parts. I think that is technically the largest animatronic to exist.
I would imagine so. The
Five
detail.
Nights
Imagine
at
the day they
Gundam?
actually make that real.
Yeah, the detail. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting. Look, they got all the caution like things that.
Oh yeah, no, they
So
got
these
all
stickers-
the shit on there.
Like, believe it or not,
Elon
the
Musk
sticker
seen this video?
kits that come on these, like they have like little warning labels and stuff. These are all that goes on that one model that I picked up. Like all these stickers,
Yeah.
are supposed to go on this fucking model. Like, I don't know. I'm not deft enough in the fingers to do that.
You get
Just give him
little,
some Adderall.
you
He'll
get
then
little
he'll sit down and
tweezers.
do it.
I take my Adderall every day, thank you.
He's like, I took two
Take it
times
to the
my
tooth.
Adderall, and I used the stickers themselves to make an entire statue of Gundams. It's just stickers.
Largest.
It
puppet
stands
in the world.
15 feet tall.
Japan has nothing on us now.
I'm actually surprised that we don't have a Gundam Force military yet.
Dude,
Oh, that's
I
coming with
mean-
Space Force.
I mean,
You say that, and yet all I can think of is the time where, what was it, a fully woman staff crew, they did their initial thing and basically crashed the bitch right away before they even made it to the first runway.
Are we talking about a spaceship or something?
No, like a military ship. If I remember right, it was a type of military plane. Let me see if I can find that again.
Oh
because
yeah, I
laughed
think
so
I do
fucking
remember
hard.
that. Yeah, I think I do remember that. All right, so that was about Call of Duty news. I'd seen these like I go through the game trailer YouTube page on Thursdays just to see if there's any trailers that jump out at me. There is no trailers that jump out at me. Like, other than seeing what they did the price and how they made him look like such a big douchebag, that's really the only thing. Well, okay, here's one thing else. I found something else. Let's look at this right here. Xbox has announced a new controller, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, I've
I
seen
think I know
this.
what this is.
I've seen this. I showed.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
Yeah,
last?
I showed
longer than a
Antha,
year?
and she was like, "You grip the."
I like
It's a
it.
I'll wait
Deadpool
till-
controller.
I
dudes.
wait till it shows you.
Yeah. I'll let the punchline come out.
boing, 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 boing.
I showed Maka,
I
and she
need
said, "You
it!
grip. You. It sits there, and you grip it."
I need it.
Unfortunately, you can't buy it. It's a sweepstakes.
Oh, super lame.
All right, well, now we know the next generation of controllers that is going to be coming out. We no longer
Yeah.
have booby and butt
And
mouse
this
pads.
is-
We
and
now
this is-
have booby and butt controllers.
Sign me up.
Let's do this game.
And
I
this
bet
is
you-
why we have 3D printers.
Oh yeah, I bet
But I
you
want them to be
3D print that
squishy.
right now. Sell them on Etsy.
Well, you just it's
Sell
a
it.
little more expensive, but you can have. I think there's like a not a silicone printer.
I can't afford any kind of
Like a
printer.
neoprene or something?
Actually, the cheapest 3D printer is like just over $100.
I can't afford any kind of
3D printer I have was $169.
Bitch, I can't afford McDonald's.
It's like $120 for McDonald's. So.
Eh,
That's true.
The Happy Meal.
the clown has betrayed me.
Yeah, I'm just doing another quick scan through here. I don't see anything. All right, let's move on from
Where
that.
am I going to get my disgustingly cheap chicken nuggets now?
And some quick gaming news that I have. Well, unfortunately, it's sad news. Sad to say. Apex is in its death throes with the lowest player base that it's had ever now, officially dropping below its previous lower player base, somewhere now between 40 and 60,000 people playing it on average a day, as they seem to not give a crap about trying to save the game. And now they've announced that right in the middle of the lowest player base, they announced that next season, and in the middle of the seasons, we have what's known as a split, and that's when rank resets and you come back for the second split, but your battle pass lasts the entire season. Well, next season, your battle pass only lasts to the split, and then you have to repurchase it for the second split. And so all the previous battle passes, you earn in-game currency coins known as Apex coins, which if you don't spend at the end of the battle pass, when the new season starts, you can just use your accumulated Apex coins to get the next battle pass.
It adds up to
So
be about
really,
$10 worth of coins.
If you don't buy any of the things that make you want to buy them, you can just buy that battle pass once. Well, no longer can you use in-game Apex coins to purchase the battle pass. Now you actually, even if you have like 1 million Apex coins, because you thought I'll just buy them and never have to worry about it, they are no longer good for battle pass purchases. You can
That
only
fucking sucks.
buy them
Why?
with
That's
an
EA,
actual.
man. EA's the
They're just-
fucking garbage.
That's
they're
like the
trying
worst
to find
possible
a kill
decision
this
they
game. Yeah.
like. Oh, our game is dying. Let's make everything more expensive.
Hey.
Well, you know, I think Twitch is doing kind of the same thing. Let's be honest here, with raising the sub prices. I think Twitch is kind of death row too.
I'm trying to ignore that
I don't
because
think
I'm
Twitch
finally
is
getting
death
paid.
throes. Twitch isn't in the death throes. Don't s-
We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm not a huge fan, so we'll see.
I don't know where else to go. Don't
Daddy
close it
Bezos.
yet.
Suck.
Daddy Bezos, keep feeding
They're,
us.
they're the biggest one. Well, I guess YouTube's supposedly catching them, but the traction to get traction on YouTube is much harder.
It's a pain in the ass.
So the next article I'd found here, I saw this and it was interesting. So I have a trash take. I mean, imagine me having a hot take here.
You said trash first, then you said hot.
Look
I'm
at
Is it hot
confused what you're
trash?
gonna say. Yeah, say hot
Yes.
trash.
hot trash.
Burning garbage take
Hot
coming
trash.
up.
I am a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Have been
Ooh,
since I played
okay.
the first one back in the day.
Snake
Uh,
alert.
Loved all the Metal Gear Solid games. Thought Hideo Kojima was fantastic making these games. And then he leaves. And then I realize that Hideo Kojima is just a crazy bastard. And if it wasn't for Konami
No.
reining him in, the Metal Gear series would never have gotten as good as it was. I honestly think that, like, without somebody like leaving him to his own devices, he's made these two games that, like, there's a few people praise Death Stranding, but it's a few. Most people were like, yeah, it's a game. Like, they don't really have complaints with it, but then again, like, nobody, as far as I knew, nobody really like loved the game. And I watched
Never
the
played
trailers.
UPS Baby.
Yeah, I watched the trailers and I'm like, this is batshit insane. There's like goo monsters and there's a baby for some fucking reason. And the baby is supposed to protect you from the goo monsters because it protects you from the future or some shit. Like, it's the most seriously, go read the actual. I've never played the game. I've just like got bits and pieces of the lore, and it is fucking off the wall. Like, it is crazy. But I saw this article. I wanted to bring it up. 37 years later, Hideo Kojima says Metal Gear was so ahead of its time because it had a portable radio. This narcissistic motherfucker.
What the hell?
Portable-
This guy
Because
is
of
so
the
full of
No
himself.
one had a
radio.
portable radio.
Not this self. Oh my god.
This guy.
Okay, this was posted 2 days ago, not on April 1st. Okay, what
Yeah.
the fuck? I
That's
always
pretty
have to check the date with ridiculous shit like this.
Metal Gear director Hideo Kojima has reflected on what made the original stealth game so ahead of its time 37 years after the game debuted. July 13th marked 37 years since Metal Gear released on MX2 in Japan. So the original Metal Gear was like a top-down like Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Apparently packed with things that were ahead of its time, according to the director, who adds that he was just 23 years old when Metal Gear released in Japan in 1987. Okay. What
most
Kojima's
advanced thing in the
tweet
game?
really hones in on is the portable radio. Let's just read the tweet. Blah, 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 blah. Metal Gear was packed with things that were ahead of its time, but the biggest invention was included the concept of a radio transceiver in storytelling. Moreover, it was interactive, allowing you to send and receive comms. The game moves along with the player. Shit, it's gonna bring me over here. I don't want to go over there.
No.
And porn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll read that later. So anyway, okay, here it is. The player's current situation can be depicted while the other character's story or situation can be foreshadowed in a parallel. So basically, he figured out a way to like write different story beats in with this radio transit. I mean, I guess for a Nintendo game that is where you can do like multiple storylines or something, I guess that it could be considered ahead of its time or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the inclusion of a portable radio. in
Well, I
this
know, but
game.
that was the headline, which kind of blew up at me.
I like it better.
So I
that
always
way.
I always just read the headlines and then that's what I pick. Like, I'm live
Oh, yeah.
reacting to these things with you guys. I haven't read these articles yet.
I will forever remember it as the most advanced thing being the portable radio.
The portable radio.
But I saw this portable radio and
It's
I was
like-
thinking, Hideo
it's like a
Kojima, you
regular
crazy
radio.
motherfucker.
It's portable.
But you take it with you, man. Imagine how it's going to change listening to music. Holy.
There was
Wait, you're telling me we're not going to buy discs anymore? What are
Shut-
those?
Yeah.
You mean vinyls? No.
You're telling me I'm not gonna have to put a boombox on my shoulder?
well,
What about 8-track, bro?
has anybody else played Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain?
I tried it. I got lost, and I just kept sending sheep up to space.
Yeah, that happens. So
Wh-
basically,
how does that pipeline exist?
I'll explain.
You try playing the game and following with the
This was
story.
Hideo
You end
Kojima.
up,
Like
you
I said,
start,
this is Hideo Kojima. He's got crazy. Just
you start at a hospital.
Yeah.
And then it's like you've got a shrapnel horn in your head, and there's a giant. What was it? Either a flaming whale or a flaming
both.
horse. Oh yeah, that was right. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, welcome back to the ship. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? Wasn't I just in a hospital gown?
We're talking about so Metal Gear Solid 5 was based like late 70s, early 80s would be like the timeline of the game. But yet Snake had his portable radio or whatever, which is like a holographic projector of the map that you pull this up. It looks like a Walkman, like a cassette player I actually think it takes cassettes. I think you actually pick up cassettes and put it in. But it also has like a
Beautiful.
3D projected holographic fucking map for some reason. And on the back, he lights his cigar off a little heated thing, so like on the back of it or whatever.
God damn, it's got like a car charger in that bitch.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It was I remember it being all the little gadgets. Like I remember, like the Predator Vision.
It had the
Wasn't that a thing?
in Metal Gear.
Yeah, and you had to like scope down on somebody on this one level in Predator Vision mode.
Well, I don't remember that. There's like well, you were talking about like thermal or whatever, like infrared.
Yeah.
You say Predator Vision, I'm thinking like Predator drone or something. You're talking like
No, like
the Predator.
I'm thinking
Alien
Predator
versus
from
Predator.
like
Arnold
that's what
Schwarzenegger.
I'm thinking of too.
Get to the chopper.
yeah. There's the level before the water boss level.
Okay. Which Metal Gear is that? I don't know what Metal Gear that is. You got me.
On the old school one.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I guess. First one.
Okay.
Metal Gear
Yeah,
Solid.
Metal Gear Solid.
The one
Was
with Snake.
the PlayStation or whatever. That was 4 discs long.
Jeez.
And also, like, it did some crazy shit where you fought this guy that could read your mind, or whatever.
Oh yeah, you had to plug it into the second
you had to plug
controller.
your controller.
Yep,
into
that
port
was Metal
2.
Gear Solid 1.
Yep.
That was a pain in the ass.
Psycho
I watched my
Mantis.
brother
I
stream
heard
at that
of that,
for
but-
hours.
I've heard of that, but I forgot exactly where you
So
did that.
weirdly enough, the game recognized several different things. I can't remember if it came out before or after, or if they updated it somehow. But like the DualShock was a thing, but I can't remember. So I had
So
I had
it
a
was-
regular controller, like a regular PlayStation controller, and then they come out with the DualShock with the 2 sticks or whatever, with the
Mhm.
that actually had the rumble feature in it.
Mhm.
If you had a DualShock,
Rumble.
if you had a DualShock plugged in, it would recognize it. If you didn't, it wouldn't say these lines, but it would say, I can prove you my mental powers," and it would like prompt you to put your controller on the floor, and then he would like make it vibrate to make your controller move. Like the enemy would
Yeah.
do that. But if you had a regular controller without that vibration function, I think it didn't play that line or something like that.
Crazy.
Like it would recognize
Yep.
that. And then it would also read your memory cards. Like it'd tell
Yep,
you
so
what other games-
it'd pull up games and stuff that you'd played, and it was
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, like I said, he has wild ass ideas and that worked in those games. Then, like I said, I think with his own studio, I think he's gone too far. I think
He's
got
been
too
allowed
much
too
freedom.
much freedom.
Yeah, somebody needs to rein him in, and Sony won't do it.
Yeah, that's what we said once. We were like, some of these artistic people are their visions are so amazing. And it's like without that corporate oversight, it's like, hey, we got a deadline. Hey, we can't just fund a game for forever.
You know,
It's like without that from like the man forcing you to create something with like you can just have fun all day. We got to have a product at the end of this somehow.
well, they didn't.
Like I feel like sometimes it just goes a little
They
crazy.
didn't
Like,
announce
there's a lot of
it.
movies and albums from bands like that too.
They didn't announce it until after the game was already released. But Kojima actually left like 70% of the way through Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 is not a complete game.
No. It is not.
You can beat. There's a main story that you beat the main story, and then there's like several other things. It's like, well, we've got all this extra content that doesn't really like line up with anything else, so they shove it in as like bonus missions. One of the bonus missions actually save Hideo Kojima. Like he's modeled himself in the game, and you rescue him.
It's like the gameplay interface for these characters has become pretty much the standard, though. For like, if you've seen the side by sides from Metal Gear Solid
Metal
with
Gear.
like Helldivers 2,
Yeah, the control, the diving, and
everything. Helldivers 2 just literally took how you control the character in Metal Gear Solid and just added Starship Trooper.
Well, no, yeah, I guess it's right. I think there was because you can aim from the ground, right? You can like roll over on your back and aim in Helldivers. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if anything, it's like Helldivers isn't as in depth, I think.
Yeah, so we got that. What else we got?
Prime Day.
I didn't mean to scroll down. This was interesting. I saw this headline. I thought this was pretty interesting. Steam is run by fewer than 80 staff. Lawsuit docs reveal.
Oh my.
Holy.
Valve is dealing with an
That
antitrust lawsuit raised against Steam by Wolfire in 2021. I don't know what Wolfire is. And recently, some documents came to light that were mostly redacted but contained enough information that few juicy tidbits to be revealed. One thing that was noted was Valve's employee counts and how they were spread around the company. In a staggering revelation, it is shown that fewer than 80 employees worked at Steam in 2021. That number isn't expected to have changed much. Steam has maintained a team of fewer than 80 people, which is pretty insane when you consider the traffic the platform gets every year. More than 10,000 games are released on that platform. And every day, millions of people use the popular PC storefront to buy and play games. But the market share, it's the biggest gaming platform on PC, and it's well known for the regular and immense sales it holds. Man, I was doing good at the beginning. My eyes started to blur. The documentation revealed that Valve versus Wolfire lawsuit, which is detailed by the GamesIndustry.biz. It was revealed that 2021 Valve employees employed 336 people, and just 79 of those were working on Steam. What was the rest of them working on? It was noted that in 2021, 10,000 games were released on the platform, which means that the relatively small team must be using some insane operating model to keep on top of it all.
Sleep at their desks.
It is safe to assume that the means the 79 employees were or are split up between technical operations, UI, networking, sales and purchasing, provider management, security, CX.
do they just live at their desks?
I don't know.
I mean, make my bedside table at my desk. Make it just have the constant espresso machine. I'm good.
You know, the rumor was floating around again that Microsoft was going to offer like $16 billion or something for Steam. I don't think that's near enough. I don't think they could touch it for $16 billion. I really don't.
Steam is worth an egregious amount of money.
Oh, it has
Oh,
to
yeah.
be. It has to be.
Newell, what's it? Gabe Newell owns more than 50% of privately held Valve, which he co-founded in 1996 after cashing in stock options. He earned over a decade of producing software for Microsoft. So it's a weird little tie-in to where they came from and ultimately back to Microsoft.
I don't think Microsoft could afford them at this point. I really don't. I mean, Microsoft total Xbox, like Microsoft games, I don't think could. Microsoft as like, you know, the full entity of Microsoft, yeah, probably.
Yeah, the full entity 100% could.
Yeah.
But it would be why at that point.
Oh, you said
Correct.
Firewatch?
Wolfire.
Oh, Wolfire.
I don't know what Wolfire is. You look that up for me, Eli?
Yeah, I ended up Wolfire. I ended up on Firewatch. Valve Firewatch. No, wait, Wolfire. Fuck.
Did anybody finish the Fallout show? Anybody else watched all the Fallout show?
Never
No,
seen
I
it.
watched, I think, the first two
No.
episodes, and that was about it.
You watched all of it, Dubes?
Yep.
Flutter?
No, I think one of my friends has though, because one or two of my friends is absolutely obsessed with
I don't
Fallout.
remember. I watched all of it. I enjoyed it well enough. after watching some criticism stuff about it, I agree with them. The writing, the story stuff. There was definitely things that didn't make a lot of sense if you actually thought about it at all. If you watch it as just like, oh, it's a dumb show, I'm gonna watch it, it's fun. You're probably fine. But if you actually thought about any of the lore and stuff, it breaks some continuity crap. All in all, I liked it. It's well enough. It's a good enough watch just to check it out or whatever. But it's saying here that Fallout Show has received 16 Emmy nominations, and I don't know
Damn.
what costuming and like general world stuff from Fallout is. I thought really good. I thought all the costuming and like the Pit Boys and the weapons and stuff, they all like did a really good job on that part of the world. Like the power armor in the show,
Yeah.
looked really good.
I have to thank this show because this is what opened my eyes to wanting to play the games. I've never played the games before, so I watched the show and it was like, oh shit, I want to play the games.
Yeah. Which ones? Well, they went on sale right after too. I mean, you could buy Fallout 4 for like $8 or something like that, and 76 for like 10. Or I bought both of them for like $20 or something like that. Or maybe it was cheaper than that. I never did install 4 though, and I've uninstalled 76 because I like it.
Oh,
well,
you didn't like 76?
I like it well enough. It was just super slow.
One of my
Valid.
friends got
I mean,
me
it's
Fallout Vegas for like $1 when I went on a special sale. It's like an anniversary sale or something.
76 was fine, but yeah.
So, Wolfire Games released a letter explaining why regarding the Valve class action lawsuit. Some dude named David Rosen, who tried to make a game named Overgrowth, he put it on Steam and then saw that he could get lower commissions from other platforms. So he wanted to release his game on other platforms, and he tried to put it as the way he said it. When new video game stores were opening that charged much lower commissions than Valve, I decided that I would provide my game Overgrowth at a lower price to take advantage of the lower commission rates. I intended to write a blog post about the results, but when I asked Valve about this plan, they replied, that they would remove Overgrowth from Steam if I allowed it to be sold at a lower price anywhere, even from my own website without Steam keys and without Steam's DRM. They would make it impossible for me or any game developer to determine whether or not Steam is earning their commission. I believe that other game developers who charge lower prices, blah, 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 while talking, blah, blah, blah. So that's all just basically what it comes down to. If you want your game on Steam, then they don't want it other places cheaper.
because they want the money.
Yeah. And if you don't want it, if you want it to be where it's cheaper for people to get, if you're more concerned about the price of the game, then don't use Steam. Because Steam's taking, I think it's 30%, right?
I watched that Pirate Software talking about that, and he was like, "Yeah, Steam takes 30%, but like that's it."
Yeah.
And then they also don't charge for like a bevy of features that a lot of other things would charge for.
And you get access to one of the largest PC gaming communities on the planet.
And they charge 30% for any sale that's sold on their platform on the game. Is what Pirate Software was talking about. So he's like, I can take my game and I can tell Steam I want 10,000 product keys, and they will just give them to me, and then I can give them out to whoever I want to or sell them or whatever. But Steam makes no money off those keys. They only make money if you go in and actually purchase something from Steam. So if you go in and buy the game, that's when Steam takes their 30%. But any of those free things that they offer, all these other options and stuff that they offer, after listening to that Pirate Software like break it down, like it seems unfair, but at the same time, it's like the most fair or whatever.
30% for a lot of quality of life. Average business person should go, yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Biggest community, yeah, you should probably take that.
The thing that he's like, my only gripe with Steam is like the layout has been the same forever, and like there's no way to like customize your game.
It's kind of true.
So that's his biggest gripe. Other gaming news, we got this here. No Man's Sky hits its lowest ever price on Steam as the World's Part 1 update brings sweeping new changes. So I've got the trailer pulled up here too. I kind of wanted to watch this.
Let's do it.
Supposedly they added new visuals and stuff.
The game that's still better than Starfield.
Yeah.
Just because you can play with other people. This is
Look
the
at
one you
these
can play with
floating
other people,
islands.
right?
This is new. All these.
Is this the multiplayer one?
Yeah, you can play. Yeah, but there's other people with you.
There are other people in that shot.
Yeah, they're all flying. These are all their
Oh, when
ships.
stripped NPCs, maybe. I don't know. I
No,
played
these
it
are-
a little bit.
You can play with friends.
You can play with friends, and you can run into other people randomly, but it's like the odds of that are just like as almost as real as space because
Yeah.
what are
Super
the
big.
chances?
Yeah.
They're
No Man's Sky map is technically infinite.
That
Yeah.
is so cool.
I don't know who this voice actress is. Sounds AI.
Would you be surprised if it was?
It sounds AI.
No, I've heard that voice before. That's just how that person sounds. She does a lot of stuff like this.
Heard that voice in my dreams.
Conditions.
Oh, so she's like the female form of Chills.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Big old ball sack flowers.
Monsters, like the creatures, look
That
even
was-
better.
That bug was out of that was the lava bug from Starship Troopers. Like not even changed.
That looks really
The one
good. Like
That shoots
I kind of want
lava.
to get back to playing this game again. Like I put like 100 and something.
How old is this game now?
It
That's-
came out in 2012 or something like that.
Jeez.
It's been out for a long time, and it come out as like they
For like
promised
30
a
years?
bunch of stuff, and it did not.
It flopped really hard when it first
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
But it's a fun one.
But I think they said now like it's gone to like it went from like negative reviews to now it's like it inched over like 1% into the positive, and they're like 1%, we got it, we
Yay!
made it, you know.
We got
The
it.
crew was
Let's
like,
do updates.
we did it, we came back.
That's all we wanted. We're done.
That's great.
But yeah, they're still working on it too, which is fantastic. August 9th, 2016, not 2012. 2016.
Okay.
But still, yeah, I mean, almost 10. Like,
Still a while
8
ago.
Years. 8
Still
years.
never has pulled me to ever want to play the game.
I
It's
Still
slightly
never
young.
has pulled me.
It's slightly younger than Dead by Daylight. It's weird.
to me,
I have it.
Like I played a bunch of it. It was fun. Like the base game is whatever. Like there's an overarching story to like traveling to these different galaxies or whatever to
Mhm.
find these different parts. But then I started playing with friends. We'd find our own planets. We'd build our bases and stuff. Like I got a base that looks like a robot sitting on the side of a cliff or whatever. But then it also has like a seasonal deal called Expeditions. It basically launches you with like a set number of things, and then you have like this big list of things to complete, and then they give you like a cool ship or something at the end of it. Like if you complete all the challenges, it's like a time thing. Like you have so many weeks to beat it, and you start from basically nothing again. It's kind of a cool way to just to let you play it separate from your normal playthrough or whatever. It's got some cool stuff. There's also like you basically, so there's that. It didn't show anything, but you have basically you build your own Starfleet too. So you get like a giant like frigate, and then you also have all these smaller ships, and then you can send smaller ships out on to do different missions or whatever. It's like think of like a gotcha game where like, oh, you send so and so out, and there's a timer and it counts down and you come back. It's something like similar to that. But then it got to where you customize your frigate out, like you build rooms all in it. You can build like gardens and shit, like, and you can completely customize your frigate out. It basically make it like a flying like base in space or whatever. It's really cool, like
Space.
space.
Okay.
It's got some really cool stuff. They've upped the like space battles are really fun. They actually feel really good. The combat had gotten pretty good too, like just like on ground combat with guns and stuff. It actually improved quite a bit too. It's super fun. I don't know what they said the lowest price ever was. It's saying here 60% off. I don't. If you get the game for like 10 or 15 bucks, it's definitely worth it. You know, just to check it out.
Mhm.
If you like a survival, think like Minecraft, but like no blocks.
Space.
Yeah.
Space Minecraft. So
and not blocky.
It's like a differently styled Astroneer, except bigger.
Huge, lot of different different
There's
planets you can
another
find.
game too, right? No Man's Sky and
We were talking
Starfield.
Starfield.
and-
Oh, that's Star Citizen. Star Citizen is the one that I'm convinced is like a
It's never coming out.
money laundering scam. Like it's raised over $500 million, and I think that game was 20. Like, let's find out because I think it was like a long time ago too. Star Citizen announcement.
I had that.
Star Citizen announcement 2012. So,
Jeez.
Damn.
2012. Followed. Okay, the game was announced via a private crowdfunding
Outer
page.
Worlds.
September 12th or September 2012, followed on an October 18th, 2012, by a successful Kickstarter campaign which drew in over $2 million. Pre-production of the game began in 2010. 2010. I think like all in all, it's raised over so much. There's still like you can go and buy DLC for a game that's not even out, and like there's
That's
like 40,000. Like
stupid.
if you was to buy all the DLC, it's like 40 grand or some shit like
People do it.
Shit.
People do it.
that. Yeah, people have done it.
Out of gamesindustries.biz, a new report has found that 82% of American gamers made an in-game purchase on a free title last year alone.
Well, yeah.
That's coming out of ComScore 2024 report. It also found 62% of adults over the age of 18 engage in gaming. Millennials comprise 49%, Gen Z 13%, 77% play more than one platform. So PC, console, or mobile. US gamers
Play
spend
those all at the same
45
time.
billion hours. And 86% of Gen Z and 80% of millennials
Millennials.
millennials surveyed said they watch esports. That's a lot of fucking people.
I've never met anyone that's actually watched esports.
I used to watch a lot of the esports, especially
I
for
watch
like,
esports.
Smite and Team Fortress
Like I
2.
said, I've never
but
met anyone that's
I-
watched esports.
I used to tune into
watches
the.
esports, or unless you mean physically, like personally, Matt.
Well,
right?
I mean,
Into
Eli
a
lives
match?
a block away from me, but still.
You fucker.
Okay.
I also live a block away from one of the stadiums, or not a block away, but I live really close to one of the
Oh
stadiums.
no, Eli literally lives a block away
I-
from me. Like he's right over there,
Oh.
basically.
I also live a block away from you.
I have
Like,
never
in
been
10
to a
minutes.
live one, but I
like,
watched
in-
them live. I mean,
So,
on
like,
TV.
In 10 minutes, one of you could like appear on the other one's monitor if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
I could
Got it.
literally,
Yeah.
I could literally run out and run to his house right now.
That's how the podcast started.
He couldn't run because he's a smoker, but I could.
Damn. Just gonna call him out like that, huh?
Oh, I could run. I just regret it after. That's all.
I can't run because I have asthma and it would collapse. But yeah, I used to watch Overwatch esports because I think it was like each hour that you watched the esports, you would get an in-game token they could use to get the fucking team skins that you could put on your characters.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think they did something similar for Smite as well. So I've got a couple of esports skins for like Apollo and ISIS.
See, to
I've got
me,
TSM for Apex.
I don't
because
think
of
I've
that.
ever watched anything easy.
Little badges.
And honestly,
Or
watching people play video games is pretty boring.
Profile.
I like watching streamers because I like interacting with the streamer for the most part.
The
That
only
is-
reason
that
I
is-
find watching the esports interesting is because you see some really you look at them and you're like, there's no way that play is gonna work. There is no fucking way. And then all of a sudden they pull some magical mumbo jumbo shit out their ass, and you're like,
Right.
wait, how did that work?
Welcome in,
And a
Jen.
lot of times, esports is great because if you're a fan of the game and the people who play the game, the community, whatever, there's a lot of up and comers, like for instance, Apex, who are great, and everyone accuses them of cheating. And so when it's a LAN tournament or a LAN competition, all of that is removed. You know, so now because there's so many cheaters. When we talk esports, in one hand we bring up cheaters in the other. So like with these tournaments, it comes down to pure talent, pure performance.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're a fan of any of these games, you can remove all of the other variables during these performances, and ultimately, you don't just watch. I'm not watching a lot of these esports just because it's like it's a general entertainment, but I'm mainly trying to get better and like really mentally taking I'm like, I've died there so much I've never even known about that little fucking spot. Holy shit. No wonder I was getting shot every time I walked in there. Little hiding spot. Little guys just shooting you right from the cliff. Right up there. There. All right, I'm done.
Scroll down, stupid ass.
Amazon's Fallout has received 16 Emmy nominations, which sounds great because Amazon's Fallout was actually great, but Amazon's, what's it called? One show? Wasn't that great? And it got a bunch of Emmy nominations, which now I've determined in my own head, not facts, Amazon owns the Emmys. They literally own them. So all their shit will always do good at the Emmys. And that's the end of that.
I mean, doesn't Amazon basically own everything at this point?
Kind of.
For
The world is run on Amazon.
We are all one. Under
Man,
Bezos.
it's great. Amazon's nuts.
No one looked
Think
into it,
about how
but the
big
full
it
name of the
is.
company was Emmy Bezos. It was his daughter. All right.
Sorry, I was looking at I couldn't do it on my Twitch.
Dead by Daylight PC DLC prices raised.
Stinky.
Eh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never could get into Dead by Daylight. To me, it just didn't really.
Don't get into
I
it
was-
now. It
No,
is
no, I
the
won't.
worst state it has ever been.
I
As
I
someone
was
who
into it
avid-
for
okay,
a while.
as someone who avidly plays Dead by Daylight, and I can attest to that,
Mhm.
do not play it right now. I mean, unless you're obsessed with Lara Croft, because she dropped like literally last Tuesday into the
Oof.
game.
Laura Croft?
Tomb Raider.
Well,
Lara
she's not
Croft.
a Tomb Raider no more. They've changed her lore now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I
Laura Croft.
we
Thank
you.
don't acknowledge that.
The state of certain perks and whatnot just basically forces every single game to be like it forces all the survivors to play sweaty as hell, and it forces all the killers to play in a way that is really unfair, like slugging and whatnot. And like just the way the perks are, because they've nerfed so many perks, as well as nerfed so many killers, as well as nerfed so many. They're nerfing everything, and
They
everyone's
are
trying to
nerf
get back
heavy
on that.
right now.
Yeah, and they're trying to get back, and people are trying to get back on that high of like success, like really cool plays because of said perks. But like the perks don't exist any in the way that they were anymore, so it forces everyone to play like a piece of shit.
Yeah, it seems scummy. So they're doing balancing on it, like update balance. Yeah,
They're starting to get out of that with the recent patch. They actually rebuffed everything and completely not completely, but they reworked the Knight, who is a very problematic killer. He could basically summon a second temporary killer and basically perform a pincer move on you.
Oh yeah, no, that shit was brutal.
And so they're actually developing a 2v8 mode, and they're doing it so, as far as I can remember,
is anybody ever?
because one of my friends is keeping tabs on it. They're not allowing perks in 2v8 because they're not balanced for 2v8. So
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense if you think about it.
yeah, I mean, if we can, they're only doing the 5 original, like they're doing only the 3 original killers, and then the 2 killers you get for a free DLC. That being
What?
Huntress and Nurse.
So they're just taking away all the other killers? Is that what you're saying?
No, for this mode,
Oh, okay.
because the other killer. Okay, so
Okay, sorry.
one, there's a bunch of licensing because half of their
Yeah.
killers are licensed killers like Myers and Ghostface and whatnot. The other half is they're not. It's not really balanced. Like imagine having 2 twins after you and 2 little babies jumping after you.
Right.
Because if both killers decide to just lock onto you, you're fucked, regardless of how many other characters there are. So they're trying to balance the other characters before they release them into this mode.
Okay. That kind of makes sense to me. My thinking. So let me touch
Sounds
on
like
something. The
balancing.
licensing in games. Look, I don't know how. I hate lawyers. The lawyers have destroyed this.
I'm a
country.
lawyer.
Pretty sure destroyed everything.
I
that's good.
identify as a lawyer.
Anyway, licensing, when you license a character for a game, license music for a game, license any kind of likeness, that should be in perpetuity of however long that game lasts. Not in like, oh, you've had it for a few years now. We probably should redo that licensing. No. It's still in the game. We've already signed this contract. Why do we gotta fight with this? I don't. That's you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
because
Normally, that's how it is.
well, I know GTA did this crap a while back because they're like, oh yeah, I think it was San Andreas was like, oh, we got to take a bunch of the songs off the radio or whatever because they're all
Oh
licensed.
yeah, that pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like it should be in perpetuity of whatever. So it doesn't matter
The
if that
Christmas
game
songs?
has been re-released or whatever on a new console or whatever. Like,
Don't, baby, don't go. It's
you were already
cold
paid for
outside.
this. I don't see how you should get royalties off of your song being played on something you've already been paid for. Like, to me, it should be like a one-time pop, not like you get royalties and then you get royalties again on the royalties or whatever. Like,
Royalties on the royalties.
So I think the way Dead by Daylight does it is that each of the license holders gets a certain, because all the characters are DLC. You have to buy them. The characters that are original Dead by Daylight, you can earn Eerie shards and purchase them that way. But you can just buy Auric shards and purchase the characters that they have. But the DLC characters, killers, and survivors, because the survivors come with unique perks, you have to use bought currency. The way it works is that I think there's like an initial fee, and then the license holders get a percentage of every sale. And most of them are just, yeah, it's in perpetuity with the game. There are a couple exceptions, like when the Attack on Titan skins came, we all knew that was only going to be here for a year. But those aren't characters, those are skins on top of other characters.
yeah, okay.
They had an issue with Stranger Things, but that wasn't Stranger Things directly, that was Netflix being a bitch.
I was wondering
It
what
came
was
back,
going on about
yeah,
that.
it came back though.
Yeah, I
Because
noticed that.
Netflix-
There's
because so many
like-
people were fucking harassing them about it.
you can no longer scalp accounts for the Demogorgon code.
And now I have Demogorgon because it came back.
Hey, congratulations.
At
I
Portal
put a
Party.
link in chat for you, Chase, for a preview for a game.
Check it out in
Just because I'm a squatcher.
a minute. He's
Sasquatch.
talking about Laura Croft. I will introduce you to. Since they took
Laura.
away, so Laura Croft is no longer a Tomb Raider, right?
What is Lord Croft Pawn Shop?
Stupid.
No, she is.
That is
We're gonna call her a relic protector. We got Karen Croft, the relic protector here. It's gonna be
Museum
apparently
worker?
a skin.
Karen Croft.
I want to call her Karen Croft. Look at this. His face looks like a Karen. It doesn't look like a Laura. Let's be honest.
I looked at the
It's
face
apparently-
that's
it's apparently
popping up in the
this is gonna be like a-
advertisements up there.
Well, wait,
This is a Call
guys,
of Duty,
this can't.
This is a Call of Duty bundle where you can play as Laura Croft in Call of Duty. I guess that's what this is.
Mm.
What?
Yeah.
What happened to just old school modern warfare of SEALs versus
This is Modern Warfare
Spetsnaz?
2. Like this already happened. Like this is old.
Wait,
Everyone
guys,
wants
this
a
can't
piece
be
of
the-
Fortnite's pie. Fortnite's way
This-
too wildly successful, and everyone tries to slowly emulate little segments of it. It's the truth.
Wait, guys, this can't be the real Laura Croft. The real Laura Croft is triangle tits.
That's right.
Not enough
can hold herself
polygons for
up
me.
On Legends with
Let me
No,
just
no,
get a
there's
swan
too
dive.
many polygons.
There's no swan dive. If you can't grab that block when you're clearly supposed to, is she
Actually,
really
here's
Laura
the,
Croft?
here's the
I love the
actual
original.
reveal over here.
My buddy who no longer streams Goat Games Florida
Can't ever
one
get
of the
these
greatest
blown up.
streams ever.
Triangle
Yeah,
titties.
see here.
Playing
Looks
that.
like a fucking Tesla on the top.
Yeah.
I don't
it's a
think there's a Laura
Cybertruck.
Croft I don't like, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like all of those are satisfactory.
I can agree with that. I think there was a new look though. Somebody said that.
As long as there's two guns, we're good.
I
Let's see
never
if I
knew
can-
that there's this Modern Warfare skin. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was in Modern Warfare. I didn't know that's where it came from.
I think I heard about that at
But
some
yeah.
point, but
They are changing the lore. She's no longer a Tomb Raider or whatever.
Well, that's okay. We'll just retcon it like they retcon everything else. We can change it and go back in time whenever we can get control of this shit now.
Yep.
So I put a link in there for you, and I know Doob's going to be excited for this one because this is definitely on his bucket list. Of course, the Bigfoot sim for everyone who their entire life has wondered what it is like to live the life of Sasquatch, we can now go in depth. I don't know if there's options to be a Yeti up
Why
in
would I
the
buy
Himalayas.
that's my ex-girlfriend.
This is my ex-girl. They put a camera on my ex, and now they made it a
Super
game.
loud. I gotta turn this.
Damn.
My game. That's right. It's coming. A game where you live the life as Bigfoot, catch fish, forage for mushrooms and berries, build shelters, and more.
Poop in the woods.
Look
My
at that
Oh,
face.
that
Oh my
face. Oh my god.
Hey,
Have
it's
you-
Matt
question
Dixon.
is, if you, feel like do you get to harass people, or is it clearly like, do you get
So-
no
You just
human
walk around with a tree.
So is this like Goat Simulator, but
No, this looks like the forest.
it do, but you're a Sasquatcha. That's a big ass
There's
worm.
a caterpillar.
So yeah,
Right,
it's
and
on
a
my
worm,
wish
whatever.
list.
After this, I'll put the Dead by Daylight trailer for Laura Croft in chat.
Oh, nice.
I want to see some action in here besides just being Sasquatch.
Oh shit!
People, kill them!
Just steal the guitar.
John Cena! Kill them all! He stole the guitar.
You've been photographed. Oh no! Game over.
He grabbed it. and
What is that
ran.
face? That was so weird.
That
Why is there
face
no
is
texture on the
weird.
eye? Why is the eye just plain? Why is there no texture?
He grabbed it and ran. Why?
This is mine now.
I was
Goodbye.
wondering about the photograph. Like, if you get photographed, you have to kill the humans, like hide the evidence. Like,
Oh, so we
Oh
got
my
photographed and it was game over.
yeah.
Is that
Well, if
it?
you think about it nowadays, it's kind of hard
That's
to be able
funny.
to get rid of evidence if someone takes photos since it's all on cameras or on cell phones and shit.
No.
Not coming out till next year, though,
Trin can't
sadly.
make a joke about raiding her tomb now. Yeah, she's no
Yeah.
longer a tomb raider. Let me look up.
I guess
the
now it's
way,
just time to
the,
be a womb raider.
The map of where Bigfoot has been spotted lines up really accurately with fursuit owners.
Oh no.
With what owners?
Furries.
Fursuit people
Fursuit
who own
owners.
fursuits.
Gotcha.
So we were thinking maybe. Although we do know where the actual original thing from Bigfoot came from. It was a guy who like made a bunch of props, and it was supposed to be a publicity stunt, and it was released when he died.
So I'm gonna be the crazy person here who's gonna go out on a limb and just say that Bigfoot's definitely real, and that it
Oh.
didn't come from that video
this is
from the
Temple
guy
of
who
Purga-
made
the-
props.
The
because
map that
there's-
she's in right now is Temple of
Sasquatch.
Purgation.
The name
belongs
comes
to,
from Native American stories. There's like 40 Native American tribes that have stories that involve them, from the West Coast into the Pacific Northwest, all the way up into Alaska. And that he
Wow.
doesn't just originate in those places, but the tribal
got the hatch.
communities of the Himalaya also claim to experience interactions with
Alrighty,
the Yeti.
Eli.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I was into that.
We've moved on to Laura now.
She's going up against the plague.
My bad.
That was great. That was
Yeah, she was in.
So she
the-
looks fine, I guess.
Yeah, the map that.
It looks like her game.
You good?
No, I'm not. I've had a bad day. It's my day off. Have you been downstairs?
My dad.
Check your messages. God damn it.
Who's yelling?
My
I
dad.
thought that was in the game.
What's playing? Oh, this is the next season of
What happened?
Arcane.
Oh,
Arcane
okay.
season 2 trailer, I guess.
Oh, between my ADD and whatever just happened, I am so fucking.
Was that Nemo? Nemo, was that your brother? Or...
No, that was Flutter.
Introducing Star Wars.
No. Today's Dragson's day off, and pretty sure he's downstairs still smoking right now.
External translators hired for Nintendo projects. Email lack of credit in almost every.
Oh,
big
right. What? Did you send me something else? We were talking about Bigfoot. I think the greatest version of Bigfoot was in $6 Million Man, where he was just another experiment. It was like the $6 Million Man.
Oh, Andre the Giant?
No, he was the Bigfoot was in $6 Million Man. No, going back to that, there's no possible way. And then so there's like Bigfoot hunters in Arkansas. Or whatever,
Going back
that
to
was
it now. Are you ready to put your input
Well-
in? Okay. Hold on. I'm ready to listen now. Go ahead.
Eli, no. But no, there's no way Bigfoot could be in Arkansas. Think of how hot and humid it is around here, and you got a guy
Oh,
walking around in
Arkansas?
that fursuit all the time. Not possible.
Bruh, swamp ass on like the
Not
ninth
If
possible.
degree.
anything, Bigfoot's living up here where
He's
I'm
in Canada,
Northern
for
Ontario,
sure.
Canada.
Yeah.
That's where he's at. He's probably got himself a nice little log cabin. Got
Yeah,
a couple
for
of
sure.
hoochie mamas. He's living the dream. He's living
So a
the
little
dream.
connection with Arkansas and the Sasquatch, modern Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it, that's become popular, is it was Falk, Arkansas had a rash of quote unquote swamp ape sightings. Southern Arkansas, it's a place called Falk, Arkansas, Foulk, and a bunch of people went down there to investigate it, including a bunch of filmmakers. And so the movie, what is it, the Boggy Creek or something, monster of Boggy Creek from Falk, Arkansas, was a huge hit movie in like the 70s, 60s, whatever. And it's actually just actual footage of that area and interviewing the people that actually everything happened, like from when it was going on in that area. So a lot of those people are still alive. And so modern day Bigfoot people go down there and talk to those people. It's like a mecca because that was the first Bigfoot movie. It was the first pop culture anything that was Bigfoot. And so after that, you've got people like the prop maker from the West Coast who ended up with the footage that he ended up making. And like, it became big enough the way we have like, you know, things go viral on the internet now. It went viral in that pop culture time. And so people were, you know, doing things with it. It ended up in different movies and different stuff, but it's always been part of cultures. Like, it's not like a new deal.
Well, another thing is like
back
everybody
in the
literally
spotlight.
has like a high definition camera on them all the time, and 90% of them already have it in their hand. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, to me, it'd be super hard to actually hide unless you were just in a just unpopulated area.
So with that argument, 100% valid. We stop talking about Bigfoot though when we make it UFOs. And so where was even nowadays, so you get all these bad footages. The government was the one who had to finally come out and release the high definition videos of the UFOs from like the Navy ships
they
where
were
they're
just
tracking that shit and fucking thermal space fucking satellite shit. Like the thing's moving 32 miles an hour, this little tic tac, and they've got this bitch going down the fucking, you know what I mean? Like nobody
Well,
got
that was
cameras like that. That's what it took though. So maybe it would take the government to do it, but maybe there's a reason why we don't want to know about the Bigfoots.
the aliens were only like
Because I got big ass feet.
the aliens were only like announced when there was a charge on Hunter Biden. Like it correlated like every time like a new charge came out for Hunter Biden, a new piece of UFO information would come out.
Oh yeah, no, they were
Like to
they were
distract the
dangling that info
headlines.
like it was.
Yeah, it was like to distract the headlines or something. It was so funny to watch it, regardless of whatever it was. I just was like, oh yeah, the Bidens are doing this thing. Oh, we got UFOs over here. Look over here.
Bigfoot to Biden, and that's when I slowly stepped away.
Later, man. So, not to get super political, I never really wanted to on this channel, but you know, there was some historical news happened last week, and everybody knows it at this point. Regardless of whatever you think about it, I don't really want to discuss it, but like, she got bad.
She got bad.
She got bad.
Are you
Hopefully that's
talking
as
about
bad
the
as it's gonna
Olympic
be.
Sports Games announcement?
What's that?
Oh, we always know that esports games is gonna get worse.
Olympics and esports, or is that? No, I'm just fucking around.
It won't happen.
Saudi Arabia got a 12-year signed with the Olympics for a 12-year agreement to host esports. So the Olympics is now moving into esports territory. If it hasn't already, I guess I never heard about it. And it'll be held in Saudi Arabia. And so in the midst of this announcement, Saudi Arabia has also got a team called Team Falcon, an esports team. And they've literally just taken over any game that has an esports has now got a top fucking 10, if not top 3 esports Falcon team that's from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia basically did the Red Bull move, you know, and they went in and just got the best and just paid them the most. Like, how could they do that in Apex? They took all 3 of the top, like, financially worth players and put them all on one team. No one else could have even afforded to do that except Saudi Arabia. So they're doing that across every game and creating these like ultra super teams, and they're trying to literally dominate the esports market
Sounds
with
like
money.
Yeah, I mean, but it sounds like it's just gonna they're gonna make themselves irrelevant if they just. To me, I don't know. I really don't understand like the appeal of esports. I don't understand the appeal of most sports. Period. But still, like esports, even less. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, with that recent poll, or I mean, survey. I mean, it's clear that it's generational. Like you went from a 42 to an 85% with Gen Z and the millennials. Like, so millennials and Gen Z are hardcore engaging the esports compared to the previous gaming generations. While overall, over 62% of adults are engaging in games. Period. So it's like
Yeah, I did want to bring that up.
a generational thing. It seems like.
Uh, you know, to me, growing up, everybody sat around and watched TV all evening. Like you just had TV on, regardless. Like you didn't have that many channels, there weren't that many shows. So everybody kind of watched the same thing back then. But
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That was what you did. That's how you wasted time. And now, with the amount of entertainment and stuff at your fingertips, well, they're even saying now that YouTube is more watched than anything else. Period.
YouTube.
YouTube is the most watched thing.
I could see that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm in a
Makes
moment of anything, you Google stuff and you look at a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's that. But then, like I said, you could think about the older generation, like, oh, why do you play video games? Where it's a time waster, just like you sit around and watch TV. It's a time waster. Like it's something to do until you go to bed, basically, because you're not going to sit and twiddle your thumbs until you go to bed or whatever. Like, so in your free time, you choose to do what makes you happy. And if playing games is part of it, great. If watching TV is part of it, whatever. Like you're still doing the same amount of inactivity if you really think about it. But anyway, you're just reading down the gaming news list.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a more Microsoft news. Microsoft broke another promise with its new Xbox Game Pass deal. So we brought this up last week that Xbox was Games Pass was fixing to like up its price and like lower some of its like features or whatever. So I saw this headline. I thought,
Up its price and lower the value.
yeah, basically.
Streamflation.
Yay!
We all knew this day was coming. Likely seemingly every other subscription service, Microsoft has announced that the Xbox Games Pass will increase price. However, it has also changed the benefits that come with it, each tier breaking yet another promise it had made to consumers while making the whole thing a needlessly confusing processing mess. I think this breaks down what we talked about last week. Yeah, basically, so now you can buy like a couple different versions. One version doesn't give you day one releases, but there's like an ultimate version that can give you day one releases. Anyway, they offer like a bunch of different tiers now. You buy Xbox Game Pass for. You buy Xbox Game Pass for console. So it's pretty straightforward then, but Microsoft's decision to change from the standard Xbox Game Pass tier, where things descend into madness. From September 12th, the classic Xbox Game Pass for console tier will no longer receive day one releases and will be rebranded as Xbox Game Pass Standard, which will cost $14.99. But then there's a pro version that will, I guess, release day one games. Well,
When is it?
it's saying in September 12th is when it's going into effect. But to me, I think a lot of it has to do with they're not making like they spent all this money on these studios, and then they're trying to produce these games for Games Pass. And I think there was some rough math done a while back about they figured it was like $2 billion or $4 billion a year if the numbers were correct on what Games Pass subscribers were.
Yeah.
Which was like, I think they said it was like 40 million users or some crap like that at $20 or whatever it was. Added up to like $2 billion in revenue is what Games Pass should be making. Like I said, that was like a rough estimate. I don't know if that's the exact number or not. It was like a rough estimate. But they also spent several $1 million to be like to put I forget how many millions of dollars they to put Suicide Squad on Games Pass. They paid Warner Brothers just so much money to license it to put it on Games Pass. Instead of selling
So they
it through
made
their
money off
store, you know what I mean? Instead of selling it through their store, taking a cut to have it played on there, they chose to do it through Games Pass, like all their games. So they basically just we'll just give you a bulk, just a big pile of cash for the game, so we can put it on our streaming service or whatever. But then they lose money on games like Suicide Squad. I think they said they reported they gave them like $100 million or some crap like that or something to put it on Games Pass. And then
Did you say $2 billion?
$2 billion, yeah, yearly.
So at 1999, that's 100 million users to do that, to make 2 billion. I just did a rough figure on
Okay.
1999, so it'd be
2
100 million
billion
users.
or 2 million?
Bill.
Holy fuck.
Per month at $20.
That's what I heard.
$20 per.
If you said 2 billion with a B, bravo.
I think it was
Divided,
maybe it's like 1.2 billion. But yeah, no.
then that would be 50. It would be if it was 1 point, we would get down into the you would get down into the 50 million users. But
Crazy.
with the 2B, it's 100.
They don't even have 1,000, I don't think.
Users? No, they have.
For that, oh, we're talking about.
Actually,
I'm thinking
like,
of Steam
it was-
people playing that game.
No. He's talking about in just
Games
I'm saying in
Pass.
general with the Games Pass. I was trying to get the rough math for him
Yeah.
on his thing because when he said 40 million, I'm like, if it's $20, that wouldn't be that math's not mathing. So that's what I was questioning real quick is if he
Yeah.
said B, 2B, but if it's 1.5
maybe it was 1.2
billion divided by 1999, that's 75 million. So it's around $1.5 billion to $1.25 billion at a $20 price tag.
Yeah.
So that sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, maybe not 2 billion, but like over $1 billion, I think.
Yeah.
But that's like I said, that was just rough estimates. Like that's if everybody has the higher Games Pass. Like there's a $10 version, you just lets you play online games. It doesn't actually give you anything else.
But this is where the math really goes crazy is if it costs a game studio, let's say 100 mil to make that.
Yeah.
That's you can't put out too many of those games a year.
Yeah.
Right.
And call it an actual profit. So I mean, but then again, you've got games being sold in multiple places. But if we're just looking at Game Pass only revenue, you couldn't sustain a company that way.
Yeah.
And like semi Games Pass related question / speculation is like when Power World came out, you could get Power World if you had Game Pass. It was on Game Pass, or you could buy it on Steam, right? But if you had Game Pass, you could play Power World without having to buy it. But in the Game Pass version of Power World, like how many friends could you add in Steam? It was like 32 or 16 or something huge. But in the Game Pass version, you could only play in your world. You could only have a maximum, and you like couldn't trade them out. It was the maximum number of people who could ever come to your world. So you had to pick and choose carefully. It was like 4 or 8 or like 1/4 of whatever Steam offered. So why is that?
Well, it's Xbox
Cross-platform rules.
Yeah, well, it's Xbox server stuff too. I think because I know that the reason why the first Ascendant was messed up was because Xbox servers were messing up. It's like cross-platform, cross-play.
That happened 10 minutes after I got the battle pass. The servers crashed. I was so pissed, dude.
Oof.
I put that game on the back burner for like 3 days because of that.
Give the baby a kiss.
What you want?
Ajax!
He's stinky.
Yo, I just realized, Ajax, you have a character from the first Ascendant right there. That's his dog form. That's his dog skin.
That dog is about to bite his face off.
If he had a treat, maybe.
Oh no, I can.
What? You're not gonna do nothing.
One good,
You ain't
one
gonna
good
do
whip,
shit.
and he's gonna chomp.
You ain't gonna do shit. Are you? No.
Try me,
Just
dog.
no.
No, you're not gonna do nothing.
He's looking at the camera like, chat, save me.
My little-
That dog gets so excited when I come over.
Yeah, he likes company, don't you? Don't you?
I'm still waiting for Brisket to come up and start screaming at me again like he does anytime I'm on the PC.
Is that a dog's name? Brisket?
No, that's my cat.
Cat name? That's a pretty cool pet name, Brisket.
He is one shape and it is round.
Little Brisket.
What?
There ain't nothing little about him except maybe his brain.
Normally, my roommate's not home, so the door's open. He can come in and out.
Oh,
If my roommate's home, I kick
I
him
mean
out.
that's guaranteed to get you more viewers right there. Have that
yeah.
as your thumbnail.
Well,
yeah.
Face.
yeah, put him a dog.
Thousands.
Put him a dog bed in here and set a camera up, just watching him.
There you
Ajax
go.
cam.
Have it set up constantly in the bottom corner. Thousands of viewers just to
Watch
see
him.
Ajax.
Watch him lick his
I'm
butt,
thinking about
probably.
getting a dog bed from Timu. I did order some bunch of stuff from Timu, and they were pretty high quality. And those dog beds
Yeah.
are way cheaper than freaking Tractors.
Your dog bed from Temu, and it's like this big. Like it's
That's
like-
what I'm
They ship it to you, and it fits in your mailbox.
It's a hamster bed. We should have specialized. Pet bed. We didn't specialize what kind of pet.
Pet
That
bed,
kind of happened to me the last time I wound up using Wish. I wound up getting, like, you know how you can always find those cool, weird little sales and shit. Well, I saw a sale for a One Piece blanket. It has like all the characters on it. My brother is in love with One Piece. Has been watching it since I was like fetus. Okay, when it first came out, he was like, "I love this." So I'm like, okay, I have to get him this blanket. It's $5, $10 in shipping. That hurts. Don't care. Send it. For one, it took almost 6 months to get here.
Holy.
It
They
was
had to
not
make it
on
in China.
time. It was not on time for his birthday.
Oh, no.
No.
He'd
And
grown out of the One Piece by then.
no, thank God. No, but the blanket that I had gotten, which it was like, yes, good for young adults and stuff. This thing's barely big enough to swaddle a baby.
Right.
It isn't pinned up on a wall.
Yeah.
Bro,
I got-
it's barely big enough to be counted as a towel.
I've
Oh,
got.
wow.
I
It's
bought a
just this cute
PlayStation like
Blanket.
this controller thing. This is a like a floor mat, like a bath mat. That's how
Oh, I
small
would
it
put
is.
that on the floor.
Yeah, well, that's why I put it on the wall because it looks better there. But I got a whole box of PlayStation stuff or whatever, and it came with one of those like fleece blankets. But like you said, it was literally like 24 inches by 36 inches or something. Like
Exactly.
it would make a cape, I guess, if anything.
a,
Like,
a nice like half, maybe
Yeah,
down to
like
your
it
waist
wouldn't-
cape.
it wouldn't cover me. The thing wouldn't cover my head, let alone anything else. So
Yep.
yeah, that's pretty great. I've ordered a few things off of Wish back in the day, just to like D&D dice and stuff. You could get like a whole bag of D&D dice for little or nothing. But the only thing that ever screwed up on, I ordered the 7 Dragon Balls, like glass Dragon Ball decoration
Oh.
things, and it just never came in. I ended up getting refunded. I got my money back, but
That's good.
yeah, I
Just
just
never.
never got my
Never
balls,
ordered
though.
from Wish.
No, they kept his balls,
Kept
all
the balls.
7.
I was hesitant because of all the Wish stories, but I finally ordered from Timu. And
Well, the thing
I
about
was
Temu was
skeptical.
there was a bunch of like data leaks and stuff. Like it didn't feel secure or something. That was why I've stayed away from it.
They haven't
Everything
charged
has
my
a data
card
leak
yet
nowadays.
for anything that I didn't order. And the stuff is not bad quality at all. I was super skeptical, so I had low expectations, I guess. So everything was really nice though. Like really, I have this huge fake bookcase now, wall tapestry that covers this whole wall. It looks like a bookcase from like inside of Indiana Jones house or something. It's like books with little weird trinkets from all over the world on the shelves and stuff. It's pretty neat. Oh, I can show this one. I don't know if it'll pop up. For the Piri Reis map. Piri Reis map. Anyone familiar with that term?
Mm-mm.
So the Piri Reis map is a map from like the 1400s, right around the time America was discovered. Does that show up at all?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of looks like it's burning. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does look like it's burning. That's
It's
bizarre.
burning away.
So it's on canvas.
Oh,
It's
so-
actually
yeah, it's an actual map. Okay.
printed.
There
Maybe
it
it'll
is.
show my face a little bit. There we go. So it's on canvas, an actual canvas, and it's an actual replica of this old map. So the significance of the map is that what's on here is the coastline of Antarctica, which doesn't sound like provocative on the outset, except for this map shows it with rivers and mountains and without ice. And according to science, Antarctica has been covered with ice for a long, long time. And we only discovered Antarctica in the 1800s and like mapped its coast. And we only recently are able to ascertain where they were previously like actual land, not just ice. There's land and that there's rivers and there's mountains. We've been able to use satellites now to determine where those old riverbeds were and everything. That's like since the 70s, 1970s, since satellite time. And all of that's on this map from before America was even discovered. So that's kind of interesting. Like this map should not exist by all means. And this is the real map. I got it from Temu. It's the authentic original one. It was like $12. So
It was from
Speaking-
the internet. The internet would never lie.
Speaking of things that
Exactly.
shouldn't exist, I just saw this. I'm sure Knight already
that's a
knows.
real map, though. That's a real map.
How Goddess of Victory Nikkei and Dave the Diver came to be one of the gaming's most surprising crossovers.
Yeah.
So Nikkei is you played how many hours of Nikkei? You're like topped out basically.
Yes.
On Nikkei.
I am I am an official Nikkei content creator, so
Yeah.
Nice.
And
I'm part of the
Have
program,
never played
so.
Dave the Diver, but
Oh, I'm already a fan. It's been developed in Korea. Yeah, we should definitely
well,
make
Nikkei.
this
So
short,
Nikkei
this whole segment.
is made by Shift Up, and Shift Up is who made Stellar Blade. So
And isn't
Correction,
First
Nikkei
Ascendant-
funded Stellar Blade.
Sony funded Stellar Blade. Let's be honest, because they almost shuttered it.
Is the First Ascendant Korean based?
Yes.
That's why I like it too. Then it
Well,
had that
Korea's
Korean
actually
vibe.
making like pretty characters, not some stupid, like
It's a pretty game.
ambivalent character or whatever.
Dave the Diver's a cool game too.
I haven't played it. I've seen it. I'm curious of why she's even wearing a shirt. Like, what's the point?
So that is Helm, which is a in the story, she is the captain of the Aegis squad, and that is in the lore. She will not take off her captain's shirt, so
okay.
so she's a little more humble. So she constantly wears her captain's shirt. And the lore of it is when you squirt her shirt, if you tap the little Live 2D, water will splash up, and then you can see the see-through bikini that she has on that was given to her in the story.
Now she's full time see through.
No, she is.
Oh.
So her Nikkei is designed to be a water-based Nikkei. So Nikkeis are basically they're the easiest way to describe it to somebody who doesn't know what they are. They're basically androids, but not androids. They have a human brain, but their body is a robotic type body with human parts.
Fembots.
So certain Nikkeis can't actually be in water. These were specifically designed to be in water.
Okay.
Last year's summer story was telling Helm's story and bringing out, bringing them out and giving a little more light to it. The only thing I don't like about this is their summer stories mean nothing. They're cool, they're neat, but they have nothing to do with the game. They had all this stuff hyping up Helm's story to not use anything in the
Okay, Dubes.
in the game. So
See you next week, Dubes.
Later, Dubes.
See you guys. Sorry, but
No, you're
something
good.
came
You're
up,
good.
so I gotta
See you
go.
next week.
All right.
Don't
Thank you
feel
for
bad.
joining.
I'm probably gonna have to pop out.
Come
here
back.
soon.
Yeah, well,
Come
we're
back.
running toward the end, so
I'll be back next week.
All right.
All right,
cool.
Dubes. Thank you so much.
Take care,
Okay.
guys.
See ya.
Oh, let me get a shout out.
in short, why this came up was because of last anniversary. So the 1 year anniversary of Nikkei, they brought out a mini game called Memory of Goddess, and it was basically Vampire Slayer, and it's been one of the best, well-received mini games Nikkei has ever done. And so they thought when it came time for the summer event, they would try to one-up it potentially. And I've heard mixed things from the people who've played it. Some like it, some don't. I'm in the middle. I don't really care either way.
I haven't played it. Is it kind of like a Flappy Bird where you kind of got to control your buoyancy or something? I have no idea. I've never played Dave the Diver.
I haven't played Dave the Diver, and I've watched a little bit, but I didn't watch enough to actually get the grasp of the game yet. I've been far too busy with other things to
Yeah, no,
dive
yeah,
into.
you're doing
I've still
fine.
got 7 days left to jump in and try it, which I'll probably get in on the last day or two.
Oh yeah, limited time.
Yep. It's the summer events they run 2 during the summer. This is part 1, so they're going to run this for 3 weeks, then they're going to take at least 2 weeks off, potentially 4, and then they'll run another 3 weeks summer side story where it'll bring in the other 2 characters and probably another mini game of sorts.
I'm really wondering if, because I guess they write what they know, but Stellar Blades, Eves, or Angels, or whatever they're actually called in the game,
Mhm.
no, actually they're called Airborne Squadron or something like that. They're basically Nikes. They're android females. Basically, they're Nikes, more or less. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to cross this. If they're going to cross over.
They are.
their-
So
their
that
Nikes.
is something that I think they've already talked about, where they're going to bring in Stellar Blade, where Stellar Blade is going to get Nikke skins, Nikke is going to get Stellar Blade skins,
Well,
and at
technically,
some point,
she already does. Well, they're named after Nikkes. They're not actually super modeled after Nikkes. Go ahead. I'll find it.
well, no, I'm saying they're actually, from what I saw during one of the promotional images, they showed a map of what they're doing for the next 6 months, and one of it was showing where they're talking about bringing costumes to Stellar Blade, which will actually be, I think, Rappy, Anise, and Neon, the 3 main female Nikkes that you see in the story. And then Stellar Blade is going to bring the main characters to Nikke as either skins or actual playable units, I believe is what's planned. And that's supposed to be, I think, at the end of August.
Okay, so
You got them Nikke Air Jordans.
these aren't like official or whatever, but like these are
I got you.
side by sides of the costumes in the game.
Oh
So, yeah.
shit!
Oh, those are cute.
Her style is Rappy, which is similar. Then we've got one that's actually called Prototype Suits, which is Alice.
They're doing anime right.
So there's
See, I wouldn't call this close enough.
Oh,
Well-
I like that.
there's one.
This is a stretch.
These
This
are
is
stretches.
a
So they didn't show these, but like, okay, so some of the bonus outfits that they've come up with, there's one called Red Hood. It doesn't look like Red Hood's outfit in the game, but there is like a Nikke Red Hood outfit, or it's yeah, Red Hood. Oh, Nemo.
Thought she was joking. Thought she was gonna crawl back up. All right, let me get one out.
Nope, said it had to jump.
I love you, Nemo.
All right, Nemo. Thank you.
Come back.
We're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute, anyway.
All right.
I just wanted to show. So, yeah, it's called Midsummer Red Hood.
Red Summer what now? There we go.
Midsummer Red Hood is the actual name of the costume.
Holy.
Interesting.
That's
It's got
from
a-
Stellar
it's got a
Blade,
Red
right?
Hood.
That looks like Stellar Blade.
This
stuff.
this is Stellar Blade.
Okay.
So, and here's the Midsummer Alice. So this is Alice's. So like their namesakes, like I said, they don't really.
Yeah,
one to
they're
one with
using
their-
the rough names, but they're not doing it.
But this is their
One cool thing
namesakes.
that Nikke does really well is that they take the Grimm's fairy tales and they use the names to tell the characters, which is really cool. So I have a feeling that they'll probably do something like that with Stellar Blade, where they'll use the Grimm fairy tales and they'll start putting it in, because they literally are using the Grimm's fairy tales to set characters up. So you have Red Hood, Red Riding Hood. You have Cinderella, this glass slipper. You know, you have all these things that they're setting up. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
I have a feeling they'll probably do that with Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade set up. Main character is Eve. You meet Adam, and then your other person is Lily. So you got Adam, Eve, and
Mhm.
Lilith, which
Mhm.
is the 3 original gods.
And Lilith is one of the
God-
original Goddess Squad Nikkes
right.
that you meet in Red Hood's story.
Well, Lilith, and it's not officially in the Bible, I guess, or whatever, but like one of the other stories, Lilith was Adam's first wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's part of the lore or whatever of like the
Yeah.
Christian.
Mhm.
Lilith Lilith is huge in a lot of different.
Well, yeah. Well, she
Anyway.
turns out to be
Because
like she turns
supposed to be
against.
the easiest person to contact. Like if you're like trying to contact spirits or whatever, for like entry level people, Lilith is the easiest one to contact supposedly. Also, one of the least controllable. So not a good idea to do.
I just think. So yeah, that's so you. Nikkei went with like Grimm's fairy tales, where Stellar Blade goes with a
More
like,
biblical type thing is what
biblical
you
Adam
thinking?
Eve.
Like using that.
Yeah, you
Mm,
protect
okay.
you protect a town. I want to say there's an Eden or something. Something's called Eden.
Oh, Eden, yeah.
You know.
They use that in Nikkei as well. I mean, it's the
Eden.
same base core company.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're bouncing
Well-
the same, trying to use the same general names to prevent having to truly dig deep.
Well,
let's
it's
be real.
was what's that called after the copyright goes away? It's eminent domain or whatever.
Yeah.
So they can use eminent domain. I mean, they just can. Anybody can write a Snow White story or Cinderella
Yeah.
story. Yeah, anybody can write these. Because,
Now you can do Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, really?
yeah, technically Superman.
Public domain now.
Technically, Superman should be public domain, but I guess they keep iterating
I've
him
had ideas
just
Winnie
differently
for
enough
years.
or something like that. They keep the public domain away.
Yes, they're keeping that alive. And as long as somebody keeps doing that, we'll keep it running to where you can't.
I want a spectral analysis of what's really in that jar. Why is it so addicting?
What?
Winnie the Pooh. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, so that's fun. Like I said, I just seen that Nikkei crossover.
Yeah.
It's kind of
My
neat.
dog.
Yep.
I think we've kind of run down the list of everything that I wanted to touch on this week. I'm gonna try to get better. So check me out on my YouTube channel. This video goes straight to the live channels. I need to figure out how to move that over to re-edit it, I guess, and move it over to actual videos or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm trying to grow that over there. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you everybody that was here
Mhm.
left. It's been a great episode. We'll be back again next Thursday, episode number 31. Don't know who the guest is yet because I haven't asked anyone, but I'll try to get somebody lined up for next week.
Cool.
And
I'll be here.
we'll see what
Come back,
crazy
Nightingale.
shenanigans get up to next time. Nightingale, thank you so much for joining in.
You're welcome.
I know it's late
Thanks for having me.
you.
What a
And,
great
yeah.
way to end it, though, with an official content creator of the last topic that we're talking about. Like,
oh, for sure, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I just happened to see the Nikkei, and I thought, I got to bring this up. If I see something that I know is related to something, like if there was Black Desert, if something article, I'd have brought it up.
Mm,
Same when Nico was on, I found a Dark and Darker thing because she's like a Dark and Darker.
I seen her stream the First Descendant one night.
She's been streaming it the last few nights.
I thought it would make sense for her to do it because there's a bunny suit and she's bunny.
True
I
story.
mean, that was made. That was like.
But yeah, thank you for joining in on us. Thank you everybody who
You're
stayed in. Go follow Nightingale. Go follow all the rest of the awesome creators that were over here. Follow me on X. Follow me.
Make sure to use your Twitch Prime right here on. Well, you're over there,
Twitch
up there.
Prime
Go
or-
use it right there, or there too. I mean, you can use it.
Use it on.
They're
here.
both great.
Don't waste your prime on me. You'll get you'll get one stream every 2 months if you're lucky.
Well, you won't get the podcast interrupted if you use your Twitch Prime on me. But other than that,
Exactly.
use it on your favorite creator, whoever that may be. But do follow me here. Do follow my YouTube channel, YouTube at Mayonnaise Chase. I'm trying to grow that over there. I'm gonna try to do more videos. I gotta just record reactions or something just to start pumping out, just something to put on the channel. To grow
Your
the
reactions were
library.
doing pretty good number wise.
I had a couple that did all right. I need to do some more. I just need to sit down and do them.
I was like, damn, I'm gonna get reaction views. That's the way to go right there. Then reaction views.
That's the meta. I mean, it really is, and I mean, honestly, it's something I kind of enjoy doing, some kind of news thing. But yeah, no, I said thank you guys. Go check them out. Do you have Nightingale's on Twitter too, or X, or Twix, whatever you want to call it. Eli's on. I'm really upset that you deleted your VOD. You should have just unpublished it. Why did you delete that VOD?
Well, I deleted it because I had a lot of trolls come through that night.
Yeah, but you could
And
have
I didn't have
unpublished it.
mods. I didn't have mods most of the night, so there was a lot of inappropriate things from people that ended up in chat that I wasn't aware of until I watched it afterwards, and I was like, "Holy shit! I missed a lot of chat." First of all, I don't think I should leave that on the internet.
Well,
That's
the cool
not
the
good.
thing about it is like if you
There's like a lot of N words.
well if you unpublish
Ooh.
Yeah,
well the
there's
thing
a
is
lot of them.
the thing
A
is
lot of
if,
'em.
if you unpublish Eli, then you could download and edit and you could just blur the chat, the whole chat. You don't have to have it.
Oh, I
at
didn't
all.
realize.
Yeah, you can just.
I before we go real quick, just so that people can hear this, I'm more curious. Why didn't you have that word banned in your chat?
Oh, you
Is
can ban words in chat.
Yeah.
Just period, straight up.
Yes, you can in your admin settings of moderations, you can ban certain words, and I would go grab those few 4-letter words and 5-letter words that you just don't really want floating
Well,
around
yeah.
up there.
I thought.
Under content, no.
No,
But
it's under
it's somewhere under. I think it's under.
moderation or something, isn't it?
Yeah. See, I have access to it because of.
Yeah, yeah.
I can get under banned words just because of being moderator.
Block terms
So I'd
and
have
phrases, permitted terms.
Yeah,
and
that.
phrases. Yeah, it's under. Yeah.
to block terms and phrases. That's where you want to go.
It's under
You can.
moderation.
Yep. But you can ban single words out and the common spellings pretty easily. So that helps it to where a solo, like, I don't really like, I have 2 mods and another one. But 99% of my streams are unmodded because I just deal with it. But I also have a few keywords just straight
You can't
blocked,
say.
and I can chill out the entire stream and not worry about it.
Okay.
It'll literally ban them as soon as it'll ban them.
Can
as
you
soon as
do
they,
it as a mod in my chat, Chase?
Yeah.
Not
probably
right now
Well,
in
you
real life.
gotta change me to editor then, I think, or whatever.
Yes.
it is. That's
Okay.
the higher one. I just noticed something in my activity feed. So I did the Gigantify one of my emotes or whatever.
Yep.
In my activity feed, it says I used 30 bits, but I didn't use my own bits.
Yeah, I think because streamers, I believe, have the ability to use it without.
Yeah, we can use it for
Paying.
free, but what I'm saying is I wonder if it's like,
It will show
yeah,
that you've
used bits.
used. Yep.
Oh, I wonder if that's a way to inflate hype trains.
Well, that's what I didn't know if that was.
No,
Uh,
I think it's more of a. Allows you to showcase it,
Yeah.
not necessarily abuse it.
Yeah, yeah.
editor.
Well,
Done.
I didn't figure. A lot of times, like, oh, you're subscribed to your own channel, you can't do things like whatever. You are the channel leader.
Yep. It's like your perma tier 3 sub. You get
But no,
your
Eli,
all your
I clipped out one of the best like ads for this podcast when Eli was drunk and streaming, and I clipped it out, and it was fantastic. I spent a lot of work on that clip, and then Eli deletes the VOD, and the clips goes away too.
I
Don't
didn't
delete
know
your VODs, just unpublish them. And then
Alright.
we'll figure that
You have
out.
I made the editor too. I can't find where to ban words at.
I'm looking at my
We-
stream
we can do it.
manager, and then there's a settings wheel on my stream manager that's it just says settings, and there's moderations under that. And then I saw
Manager.
I know there's other places to do it too. We can find it later. But we're gonna end the
Yep.
stream. It's 9:00. It's been 2 hours. This is episode 30. Thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you all of my guests that were here, and all the guests that will be here again. We're gonna find more crap to talk about next week. And we will just we'll see you then. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys.
See you
Have a good
later.
one.